Okay, this first demo, we're going to look at the difference between these snapshots that are application consistent or what could be called crash consistent or just standard disk-based backups. In AWS, the command, there's a no writers equals false, which it seems a little bit weird the way that they did that, but basically we're saying we want the SQL VSS writer to be part of this. Or I can say true, which means this is just a pure disk snapshot. The VSS SQL writer is not involved. The error log will record the freeze and thaw for the VSS SQL writer. That's one of the things the SQL writer does. That's how you can tell that these backups are taking place since they don't write to MSDB. The trap, and we've seen many customers do this, is that they say, hey, we're using snapshots. We're in AWS, we're in Azure, we're in, or it's our third-party software, but they are taking crash consistent or disk-only snapshots. Those are not SQL Server transactionally consistent backups. Okay, let's take a look at the difference.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do here in this first demo is we'll just walk through this script. This script is going to create both types of snapshots that we talked about. A standard or crash consistent snapshot, which is actually this second command here, that does not interact with the VSS writer, the SQL VSS writer, which again is what allows it to tag the LSN. That's what stuns the IO and allows us to be able to use that to be certain that the database backup is transactionally consistent, and B, be able to restore that like we would a copy-only backup. So the way that works is a standard backup or our NoSQL writer backup. In the AWS create VSS snapshot command, we're always going to exclude the boot volume because we don't care about that. These snapshots will back up all of our other volumes, right? So both our F and L, data and log. But in this one, we're saying no writers equals true. So we do not want to use the VSS writer. In the application consistent backup, we're saying no writers equals false. So let's start with the crash consistent. I'm going to go ahead and execute this. And this takes a minute to submit to AWS System Manager through this AWS SSM. And then it's going to take a little bit of time for it to actually create that snapshot and materialize it. So I'm going to pause the video. We will take a look at the console and take a look at what we have when it's done. Here we can see the snapshots show up on the console, but they show as pending. So this has not completed yet. There is a progress here. Again, I will pause so that we don't just have a bunch of dead air here, or you don't have to just listen to me make bad jokes while we're waiting for this to complete. Okay, our snapshot is now completed. You'll note that the actual snapshot is very small, even though these are 100 gig data and 50 gig log. There's hardly anything on them. So the snapshot size will be just the actual data size, not the volume size. So that's complete. That's a crash consistent snapshot. As we're going through this, we're going to be going into the SQL Server log, meaning when you go into your SQL Server log file, sometimes called the error log. I'd like to think of it more as an event log because these aren't always errors, right? So if we look at this, we can see all of the activity since this server was started, right? The server was started up. We've got all these things. We've got our standard backup from the agent job that we ran, right? We've got our log backups that are happening every minute, but we don't have anything in here about that snapshot, right? That was a disk snapshot. right? Totally unaware of SQL Server. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to submit the application consistent snapshot, application aware, whatever you want to call it. This time we're saying no writers equals false. So we're saying we do want the SQL VSS writer involved. So let's go ahead and execute that. And just like before, I'll pause the video. We'll take a look at when the snapshots are pending and then when they're completed. And then we'll go take a look at that SQL log again, and you'll see something interesting. Just like the first time, the snapshots are now pending. We're going to go ahead and wait until they are complete, and then we'll take a look at the SQL server. Snapshots are now complete. Notice they took place at 2026, that specific time, because that's where I'm sitting. Let's flip over to our log file viewer, refresh. Notice what we have here. At specifically that time, 8/26, we have an IO is frozen on database backup demo. Then shortly thereafter, actually in this case within the same second, IO was resumed. And we've got this note that backup demo was suspended for snapshot backup. Okay. This took less than 1 second. And most of the time, your quiescing of your IO, your stun, your freeze, whatever you want to call it, will be very fast. But there are times on really busy systems with very large databases that we've seen these take an extended period of time. In one case, this was several years ago, long enough to cause an AG failover. Because if all IO is suspended, that looks to the cluster like that server's down. So you do need to be careful with this. But we can see that this is a database backup, right? It's all here. And then, of course, our log backups are continuing. Now, this is a copy-only backup is what this looks like. So it's not going to be in MSDB. However, you can restore a copy-only backup with no recovery. You can then apply transaction logs to it. And that's what we're going to see in the next demo. So that's how application consistent VSS snapshots work. So if this is AWS that we're using as the example, but this is part of Microsoft, the way they wrote VSS, right? So anybody that's doing VSS snapshot based backups should have the ability to do this. Now, whether they have it implemented correctly or not is another question, but that's what you're going to see. If you're using snapshot based backups, if your backup team says that it's application aware and this is how it works, you should see this in your error log.
Okay, so that's snapshots. So the big takeaways there are that the snapshot itself is copy only, right? So it's not going to show up in MSDB, and most importantly, it's not going to break your log chain, right? So I've been asked before, is there a way that we can do both? Have the backup software doing its thing, and we're also doing our own thing. The only way that you could do that is if all of your full backups, the backup software and your native, are using copy only, right? And that way you'll have a contiguous log chain for however your transaction log backups are happening that you'd be able to restore. You'd still have to keep track of all your log backups, right? And the stun, right? The IO quiescing, that is the most important thing to understand about these if you're going to use them, because while a regular full backup will have an impact from a disk IO standpoint, it's not blocking, it's not doing anything in SQL Server to impact regular users, transactions, reads, writes. VS snapshots are, even if it's just for milliseconds or a few seconds.